So, a little more clarification on this concept of being good apart from God, which I touched on yesterday, because it's a very important concept. And many will argue it, such as the example I'm going to give you today, as being a proof that we don't need God in our lives. Which is the ultimate mistake, if you will, for lack of a better term, because of course he's the source of all life and love in existence. So whoever is trying to get us away from God is clueless. My example for today comes from a very scholarly book called The Bible as History by Warner Keller, and in it makes the point that some of the other religions of the ancient world also were very moral and good, okay? But of course they were completely against the God, Yahweh, Jehovah, the living God, right? As we see from the texts in the Bible, they were always at war with each other for good reason. So here's what this guy, Dr. Werner Keller, has to say about it. I don't know if he's a doctor, but I'm assuming he's a doctor. While on the one hand, things were occurring in the Holy Land, which were not all in accordance with the biblical conception of worship, there was no lack, on the other hand, among Israel's neighbors, who are often under such heavy attack in the Bible, of divine personifications of moral principles. Of course they were. Because it's so easy and it's a no-brainer to sit there and logically and mentally make assent to the difference between good and evil. Anybody can do that, folks. Like I mentioned yesterday, up here is the best, living in love with your Creator and with people. That's what we're created for. Down here is the sub-existence, if you will, which God said to never go there. What? Partaking of the knowledge of good and evil and living from that foundation? One foundation fulfills you and makes your life what it's supposed to be: love. One subjects your life to a constant judging yourself and others in the world around you. You in general, not speaking to you personally. I'm making a point here about a mistake that human beings often make. You, my loyal viewers, I love and care about. This is important stuff that needs to be known. Here is where we're not supposed to live. Here is where we're created to live, folks. We are made for love. Dr. Werner Keller goes on, in spite of all the continual disapproval of the prophets, El and Baal, who were Canaanite gods, personified moral values. It's right there, folks. Books like this and people like this can often point to, they remind me of other people that I've heard this say, well, you don't need God to be good. You don't need him. You can be a good person apart from God. As if that's the goal. It ain't the goal, folks. That's living down here at a very sub-base level that God told us to never go there. Why? Because he knows that we're built for love. You and me, folks, we're built for a relationship and we're built for love up here. Genesis 1, we were up here. Genesis 3, we were down here. And the difference, folks, is just flipping night and day. Don't make that mistake.